Hi everybody. So my name is Kimberly, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm 34, about to be 35 on the 14th of November. Um, I have a 16-year-old son, a 3-month-old daughter. I am engaged. Um, my family, we live in Harlem, New York. Um, Having a baby is a task in itself. As a woman, as a mother, as someone who's given birth, whether stillborn or a live birth, I was telling my husband the other day that giving birth is dangerous. Childbirth is dangerous. Point blank, period, is dangerous. With that being said, the reason why I'm making this video is because I am depressed. And it's not easy for people to announce that, oh my gosh, I feel depressed. People usually go to their therapist, or people would recognize, wait, you're not your usual self. Is everything okay? Some people wouldn't even recognize that something is wrong and they need help. In my situation, I often, well, I shouldn't say often, usually when I need help, I cry for help. You know how people say, maybe that was her cry for help. Yeah, I cry for help. I don't hide. I don't, because your mental is nothing to play with. And like I said, the reason I'm making this video is because I feel like I'm becoming depressed. And so to combat that, I'm painting. And why I'm painting is because I realize that I get my emotions and everything out when I paint. And what I've painted so far, I realize people love it. And why I say people love it is because I posted it, and people have told me, people have asked me to buy my paintings. And I'm not going off like, oh, I'm some big painter, or, buy my art. Yeah, buy my art. But I doubt myself so much so that I get into my head and I don't do the things that make me happy, that makes people see the person that I truly am. And that within itself, like, brings on my depression and brings on my self-doubt. And I start, like I said, getting into my head. And my cry for help is, I talk to people, I paint. This is my cry for help. I paint and I get my emotions out and I feel much better. I'm not going to front. There have been times I've painted and I felt like, oh, I still feel like shit. And I took another fucking canvas and I painted. I done painted 4 canvases in one fucking day because I couldn't get my emotions out. Do it. I went to Dollar Tree one time and I spent like almost $200 on art supplies, little trinkets to stick onto what you call it, canvases, little paintbrushes, markers, paints. Over $200 I spent in Dollar Tree buying painting supplies. And after I spent all that money, I felt like, ugh, why did I spend like that? That was a depressive spend. Those are the, like, you have people, for those of you that has ever experienced depression or anxiety, you have episodes where you spend like crazy. That was one of my episodes, and I noticed that, and I was like, fuck. And as soon as I got home, I took out 2 canvases and I painted to make myself feel better, because I know I would have went down a rabbit hole that I didn't want to go down. And getting back to why I said that, why I'm making this video, in 2018, my dad passed, and my parents, they've been married for 41 years. This November 1st would have been 41 years they would have been married. my dad passed in December of 2018, and that took a toll on myself, my siblings, and my mother. And it's still taking its toll because I have a sister who lives abroad, and she was unable to come to the funeral. So that hurt her, and it hurt all of us. So that was like a whole another like wave for the family. I don't know what word to use. I used wave, but you know what I mean. And at that time, I used to work at the post office, and my supervisor used to give me hell. Like, I don't ever say that I hate people, and I can't say that I hate this woman, but I've come close to it. That woman has put me through hell, and I've thought some disgusting thoughts about her, and I had to like, I scared myself, and I got myself out of that, and I was like, you know what? Nobody deserves the thoughts that I get in my head, so I'm not gonna leave her to God. That's it. Leave her to God. And while I was working at the post office, before my 90-day probation, my father died. So when I went and told her and I asked for, some time off, she was like, oh, you haven't accrued any time yet, so you can't get grievance, but I'm going to give you like 2 or 3 days off. But you shouldn't be getting it. Like, she made it known that, I shouldn't even be giving you this, but here, take these little crumbs. If she had told me no, I would have told her right on the spot, fuck you, I quit. No job is worth my mental. My father just died. And if you had told me no, bitch, fuck you, I quit. That's it. I'm not telling you, oh, please, I'm not begging for you. I'm not begging. The fuck? And I'm going to file something. I'm going to file a grievance against you because you're basically bullying me. You're denying me a request that I have a fucking death in my family. A death in your family requires time off from your job. No matter how soon you had started the job, or no matter how late you had started the job. A death in your immediate family requires time off, no matter what. I feel like that should be a law. But anyway, the job, along with the death of my father, it took a toll on me, and I quit. I left the post office. On my 90th day, when my probation ended, everybody left. I left the day, and I was like, they were like, oh, see you tomorrow, Kim. I was like, yeah, all right, bye. And I left. I never came back. I never went back to the post office. They sent me letters. They called. They emailed. I was like, y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to. I'm not answering none of y'all. I'm not going back because I know what the fuck I was going back to. And my mental would not have allowed me to stay there and not say something to my supervisor or try to punch in her face. We've had jobs like that. We all know. So anyway, that happened, and I started getting deeper and deeper into depression, and my husband was working on the Intrepid at that time, and I was home, and there were days where my husband would get up, go to work, and come back and meet the house the same way. No food cooked, the curtains drawn. I'm a person, I like the house to be bright. I like sunlight to come in. I like to have all the lights on. As you can see, the only light that's not on in the house is the light in the bedroom. My husband is sleeping. I like brightness. I like to feel, because it lifts my spirits. He would come home, the house would be dark. I ain't bathed. Some days sometimes I ain't bathed 2-3 days, and I'm stinking, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do with myself? I don't know what the fuck to do with myself because. So anyway, that depression. I've had other depressive episodes, depressive episodes, but that depression, because of the death of my father, along with the mental strain from working at the post office, that depression rocked my body and rocked me to the core. To this day, I still don't think that I've gotten over it, but I try my best to maintain. And I got a job in 2019 at a call center. They were giving me shit there too. And one day I sprained my ankle at the train station, and instead of coming back upstairs and going to the hospital, which was right there by the train station, my dumb ass was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to work. I risked it for a job. Don't risk your life for a fucking job. Don't risk nothing for a fucking job. Do y'all hear me? Because they come and they fucking go. I risked my ankle for a job. I got on the train. Mind you, I had to take 2 trains, and I had to do a little 5-minute walk when I got off the second train to my job. Got to work on time, mind you, and they were like, all right, get on the phones earlier than expected. Got on the phone. Well, I got in there limping because obviously on the train, my foot started like setting in and it started to hurt. I had to take a garbage can, put my leg up, and they were like, what happened to you? I'm like, oh, my leg, I sprained my foot. They were like, oh, okay. Are you okay? Nothing was asked. My dumb ass, now thinking about it, and no, this is not fraud because I didn't do it. My dumb ass, now thinking about it, I should have told them I sprained my ankle because I went in the bathroom and the floor was wet or whatever. But I thought it, excuse me. I didn't do it. I did not do it. So my foot swole up, my leg, my ankle swole up. I had to leave. They were like, okay, you can go home. No, would you like us to escort you home? Would you like us to call an ambulance? Nothing. You could go home. They had to literally see my ankle was like fat and swollen, and then look at the other one to compare it. Then tell me, oh, go home. So after that was done, I was like, yeah, this job don't give a fuck about me. The next week, I went in, because they give you headphones. The next week, I went in. I gave one of the supervisors my headphones. She was like, are you quitting? I was like, no. She was like, so why are you giving me your headphones? I said, because I borrowed it from another supervisor, and I'm giving it back to her. I got my own. I found my own. She was like, oh, okay, just set it down right there. I set it down. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. And I fucking left that building and never turned back. Now, some of you may be looking at this video thinking, man, this bitch don't like to work. I love to work. I love to work. But what I don't love is to work like a fucking jackass in an environment that's fucking toxic and putting a strain on my mental. Bless you, baby. And bless you again. And putting a strain on my mental. God bless you one more time. And another one for good measure. And putting a strain on my fucking mental. Right? So I left that job, and I haven't worked since. It's 2021. The pandemic hit in 2020, and I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do about work? Hold on. I'm back. So when the pandemic hit in 2020, I thought to myself, damn, I'm fucked. I'm gonna have to update my resume, and I don't know what to put. Like, I was kind of stressing during the pandemic, and I brought on another bout of depression on myself, thinking no money's coming in, because after a while, Tyrone, my fiance, that's my husband, he got laid off. So we were both up Schitt's Creek without a fucking paddle. And the ship was fucking sinking. And in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna do? We're gonna have to move back home to our parents' house. And that's never a thought that crossed either of our minds, because not that we can't, but it's the fact that we left to build our own nest, and the nest was, for lack of a better word, crumbling. And so I started like taking on that kind of like stress of us not working, what's gonna happen, how are the bills gonna be paid, how's rent gonna be paid. And then it all worked out. I got help from the government paying, FEPS, paying my half my rent. Tyrone had to pay a certain amount, and HRA paid the rest. So whatever little money I had, I used to save up. And then, let me hit y'all with this surprise. Y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, you are a fucking asshole. And then, somebody sent me a message on Instagram. Y'all probably gonna be like, oh Lord. Somebody sent me a message on Instagram and was like, hey, blah, 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 blah. I took screenshots, but the messages were basically, oh, I can help you invest money. At that time, 2020 was the year. I feel like 2020 was the year of investment. Everybody was investing money into anything because let my money build. The market is gonna crash and it's gonna build back up and I'm gonna be rich or whatever. However the fuck it works. But in my mind, I was like, look at this scam artist trying to contact me to take my money. Get the fuck out of here. So immediately I was like, I'm not interested. And the person was like, oh no, I think you may think that I'm a scammer, but I'm not. I just wanted to ask if you know anything about investment. And we got to chatting, and the person, mind you, never told me their name, never told me nothing. But long story short, I'm not gonna get into it. Long story short, this person was like, basically, they walked me through buying Bitcoin via Cash App. And they were like, if you put this amount, you will get a certain amount within 7 days. Guaranteed. And I was like, yeah, no, not gonna happen. Still skeptic, but like a fish, the hook was in my mouth, but I was still pulling. But I was like, this bait tastes good. Let me go up to the surface and see if there's more, But in my mind, I was like, fuck it. And I took the bait. I was like, all right, cool. Because we're both unemployed at that time. No money's coming into the house. I don't want Tyrone to dip into his savings. And I was like, all right, this is my time to shine. Let me be not the man of the house, but let me be the one to take over and do, take care of things in the household. Because we both do, but Tyrone takes care of it most. So I was like, all right, let me do it. Person was like, all right, walk me through how to buy Bitcoin on Cash App, how to do this, how to do that, buy this amount. And every time they did something, I can laugh now because I never got my money back. This is what it is. All right. I sent this person $1,100 and they walked me through how to do it on Forex. And the amount that I was supposed to get back was $7,600. I even saw the amount of everything. And come down to when it's time to get the $7,600, I had to send $2,000 more. And my dumb ass was asking my brother to lend me $2,000 until I got the money back. I was like, I'm about to come into some money and I'm going to pay you back with interest. Bitch, hold on, my baby crying. Yes. So I told my brother I'm about to get into some money and I'm going to pay him back with interest, yada, yada, yada. This person would walk me through a whole bunch of shit, and I was like, all right. So one time for me to get the $7,600, they were like, oh, there's a fee. I was like, oh, wow. How convenient you mention a fee as I'm about to get my money. Now, mind you, I was going to give this person a cut of my money just for, helping me out, being a good Samaritan. And oh Lord, Kimberly, you fucking genius, because you're not an asshole. So oh wow, look at this. I put some black and white paint together to make gray, and look how it looks like a whale's head. Maybe it's just me seeing that. Anyway, um, I did all of that, and the person was like, "Oh yeah, there's a fee for, my word and the part I played in helping you get all of these money." And I was like, "All right, cool. How much?" It was like $1,100. Y'all, I kid you not. I had $1,180 in my, sorry, $60 in my account. I had $1,160 in my account at that time. And when Kimberly, you're a genius because you're not an asshole. I gotta keep telling myself that because, bitch. When the person said $1,100 was their fee, I was like, you know something I don't know? Because, bitch, I got $1,160 in my account. How you know I got $1,100 in my account? I didn't say this to the person, but I'm thinking to myself, like, still like a fish, pulling at the bait, but wanting to go up to the surface for more. I was like, if you scam me, I swear to God, I'm gonna find out who the fuck you are. I'm sending empty threats because, bitch, I don't know the fuck who the fuck you are. I ain't see this person's face. I think they told me their name, but obviously you can tell anybody your name. Y'all, when I tell y'all this is a true story, it's a fucking true story. Ask my husband if y'all think I'm lying. I hope to God I still have the screenshots. I even thought to go to the police, but I was like, what the fuck the police gonna say? Good for you, stupid ass. The investigation would have took a long time. I probably would have still been waiting to find out who the fuck this person is. I was like, I'm not gonna do all of that. Let them have the $1,100. And yes, y'all probably gonna be like, bitch, $1,100? Hell no, I would have fought for my money. Yeah, I wanted to fight for my money, but at the end of the day, it was like, I'm gonna have to go through court. I'm gonna spend more money than I'm gonna spend more than $1,100 trying to get back $1,100 if I'm making sense. I'm gonna spend money to go back and forth to court. If I had gotten a lawyer, I probably would have had to pay lawyer fees, or they probably would have done it pro bono until I won the case, and then took some money. And I just thought about all the money that I didn't have that I would have had to put into going to court, back and forth, doing this, buying this, just to get back $1,100. So I was like, fuck it. Maybe this was God's will. So anyway, that happened during the pandemic. I was scared to tell Tyrone because I felt like he would have been like, you fucking asshole. He would never. But, you never know a person. But still, I finally told him. I finally fessed up and told him. And he was like, what? Why would you do that? Why didn't you tell me? I was like, because I was trying to help out. Like, I was genuinely, like, just sad and just... I was like, because I was trying to help out. I was trying to be, the breadwinner for once. I was trying to, like, not make you have to worry about the finances all the time and help out. Because I was unemployed for almost a year. Almost a year at the time that happened. So all of the finances were on his shoulders, and anybody could tell you that's not fair. There's nothing you can tell me there's nothing you can say to me that would convince me that, hey, I'm not working, so you front all the bills. The only person I will do it for, and I'm saying this here on camera, is Tyrone. Because he's done it for me. No complaints, no issues, no problems. Because he is a man like that. And I'm thankful to his parents for raising him that way. Baby crying again, hold on. Y'all, can I tell y'all how beautiful my daughter is? Oh my God, she's amazing. Both of my children are beautiful. So, going back to that Forex story, I got scammed, basically. And I left that alone. Tyrone was like, do you know who the person is? You want to go to the police, blah, blah, blah. And I explained to him that, it makes no sense or whatever. I mean, I don't know if he let it go, but I let it go. I was like, fuck it. A loss is a loss, and that was a fucking loss. And I learned my lesson. Anybody that contacts me on Instagram about anything that I don't know, if we are friends, if we're not friends or family, I block you and delete you. I have nothing to say to you. What are you gonna tell me? You won $1 million? Thanks, but no thanks. I don't want it. Keep it for yourself. So that happened, and that led me into another depression because I just lost all the money. Alright, I'm back, but I'm changing my daughter and I turned the fan on, so I'm sorry if it's a little loud. But let me continue because motherhood never stops. So I am I got scammed. That finished. I went into another depression because I lost all the money that I had and I couldn't contribute to the household. And it's taking a toll on me, especially as a woman and a mother. And I was like, in my mind, still thinking, what can I do to bring income into the household? And I know. And I was like, you know what? Wait a minute. Did I touch the blue? I was like, you know what? Let me try to do something artsy and try to sell it. And I started, I can't remember what it is I did. What was the first thing I did? Oh, my oldest niece had an art project that she had to do in school talking about, around that time, I think it was the death of George Floyd. Was it? Somebody had gotten shot and killed. And her school had asked her to do a project on how she feels about the death of George Floyd. And then, do I have the painting here? If I have it, I'll show it. But if not, then I basically was like instantly an idea came to mind to paint. And I was like, let's go to Dollar Tree. I took her to Dollar Tree, bought some canvases, some small canvases, and some paint and some paintbrushes. And I was like, maybe you could do this, maybe you could do that. And we were bouncing ideas off of each other. And eventually she stuck with something, the idea that I gave her, and she painted it, and she took it. I don't know, I never knew the outcome. And I was like, let me try paint. And the first thing I painted, damn, I gave it away as a gift for my baby shower. The first thing I painted was, I don't know if on social media you guys have ever seen, like people will put some paint, like they'll take a string, they'll take a piece of rope or yarn or whatever, a piece of string, and they'll put it like in a pattern, like on the canvas. Like, let's say this is the canvas. I can't show y'all what I'm painting. Let's say this is the canvas. They will put it down like in a shape of an S or a swirl, and then they'll pour paint over it. And then the edge of the thing, they would just like pull it lightly, and the pull would make a pattern. That was the first thing I did, and my mother and everybody loved it. I was like, okay, this is cute. Let me try to paint some more. And the second painting I did was, I don't know if you guys can see that. That was the second painting I did. And that was the third. And after I did that, the second painting that I show y'all, my daughters are watching my mouth every word I say. Talk to y'all children. They listen. Babies love when you talk to them too. Babies love when you talk, and they love when you talk to them, especially as a parent. The second painting I did, everybody loves it. And at that time I had joined TikTok and people really loved it, and I was like, they were asking me how much for it, and I was like, I've never sold anything in my life. How the fuck do I sell it to gain a profit? Everything that I used to paint that painting, I'm not going to say how much it cost because y'all going to be like, what? But everything I used to paint that painting, I would love to sell that painting for $10 million. And I'm not even lying. Like, I'm not even joking. No smile on my face, nothing. I believe that that painting costs $10 million, and I will sell that painting for $10 million, and that's my word to myself. The other painting, the Black Lives Matter painting, I want to sell it, but I want to keep it for myself because it's something that I feel like it obviously it came from the heart, and it speaks to me. And anybody that comes into our house will be like, oh, that's a dope ass painting. I like that. So it's something I want to just keep as a, this look at the wall. So with all of that, I was like, people like my paintings, let me paint some more. And I painted other things, but I've never sold it. I still haven't sold one painting. People have contacted me on TikTok and was like, how much for this? It's not that I don't want to sell it. I don't know how to sell things, and I want to so bad. I have so many business ideas, but I don't know where the fuck to start. And I feel like if I get a start, if somebody help me, then I will be able to guide myself on the many endeavors that I need to, that I know I have. And I have a lot of things that I want to accomplish within my life. And so after I painted all of these things, I was like, let me start being more active on social media so I could grow a following. So people can start to know, my name and see what I'm about, build a brand or build something. And so I did after a while. And then on my birthday in 2020, was it 2019? Yeah, on my birthday in 2020, I went live on TikTok. We were talking and vibing. I had a few people well in my life. And TikTok banned my life for no apparent reason. And after that, they took my account away. I had like 41,000 followers because a video I had shared of somebody doing a good deed went viral, and a lot of people followed me off of that. And I'm genuinely thankful. And I was like, damn, they took all of that shit away. Not that, oh my gosh, likes and views is what it's all about, but it's the fact that I gained so many people that I didn't know that, just like me because of that one video, and they started vibing with me because of the person I am. They liked my paintings. They started getting to know me and my family. People would wait for my live. People would hit me up like, when are you on live? We need to meet. I used to play games. I used to sing songs. I used to dance. I used to play music. We used to cook. We used to just vibe together on TikTok. And after a while, after they took it away, I was like I was kind of heartbroken. I felt that shit. I'm not gonna front. That shit hurt. So I had to start a new account, and now this new account I think I have like 6,000 something followers. I'm still trying to gain, but it's not like before. And some of you might be looking at it like, so you need validation from people on TikTok to do whatever you want to do. No, it's the fact that I wanted to have a following where I know that people were genuine to me and I was genuine to them, and they would share my shit just off of the fact that they knew the type of person I was. And a lot of people refollowed me on a new account, and a lot of people that were very shady didn't follow me. But now it's like a difference. I got pregnant. I had my daughter. Because of my pregnancy, I wasn't on TikTok as much. I wasn't on social media as much. I wasn't doing a lot of things because I was at risk for a lot of things. I had preeclampsia. My blood pressure